Speaking from my perspective and then going on to my peers, with me, and I feel like with, my peers as well, when you see just like artists pass, and you see that it happens continuously, of course it's a sad feeling, but the more it happens, you start to normalize it a little bit. You start to make it seem like it's normal in your head. That's how, like, if you grow up in a certain environment and you see people getting murdered every day, you see people getting robbed every day, it starts to just become something that's normal. It's now to the point that you see people making memes of, oh, this artist just got shot, or this artist just passed away from drugs. Now people are sharing it, and now it becomes a joke because it just happens so much now. So of course I feel like people and my peers do get hurt from it, but now that it's just been happening, our young minds are just starting to be like, man, that's crazy, and another person's lost, and then, well, the world keeps turning. I feel like that's how it's starting to be looked at now.
The thing about it, man, is nothing new under the sun. Like I tell you, from my time, or whatever, it ain't even time. Like, that's the thing about time, because you are a new life, your friends are new lives compared to me and my friends, but we seen this, whether it was sickness or whether it was drugs or, that's the thing of life. You're guaranteed that you have a death date. You're guaranteed that you're not going to be here anymore. The thing that you want to do is preserve and make the best decisions and be one of the best decision makers and thinkers. So that's all I try to do with your life while I have this short period of time to educate you. And you may hear that's like I say, I try to be the soundtrack to your subconscious mind. So like I always tell you, parenting is just about building a bridge in their children's mind. Like, I don't own your future. I don't own the decisions you make when you're not around me. So that's what parents try to do. Parents put the pressure on themselves that I didn't do a good job because my son did this. I didn't do a good job because my children did this. So it's like, all through your childhood is semi-documented. No, they didn't see everything, but I feel I did the best job that I could possibly do for you. So parenting is about building a bridge in the mind of your children. So once the information I give you reach a certain situation. So if I say, King, when you go out in this world, I need you to understand how valuable you are. I need you to understand that your life matters. I need you to understand that your voice matters. So I want you to represent yourself. I want you to compete with your progress. I want you to be great. And I want to show you examples of yourself being great. So whenever you think about doing something that don't benefit yourself or your future or put you in the best situation, I want you to always have your greatness to reflect on. I want you to always have your greatness to say, no, I shouldn't do that because I'm better than that. No, I shouldn't take a life because I value my life.
It's already in your head.
Yeah, and it's people that value me. So it's like, when I was young, like I told you, I hated myself. I hated myself because I learned hate. I learned hate from my environment. I learned hate because, like I said, with grandma, with mommy giving me away in a foster home, with my father not being there for me, I felt like the people that were supposed to love me most don't love me. And you grow and you learn. So me being a father now, I understand what my father's situation could have been, and I understand what my mother's situation could have been. And now, but being that young man full of anger, being that young man full of stress, full of drama, it was easy for me to go steal bikes. It was easy for me to go steal out of stores. It was easy for me to hurt people and harm people because I was a ball of hurt, reflecting my inside on the outside world. So I want to put that love and install that love in you. So your brother is a mirror. Your friends is a mirror. Your peers are a mirror, the people on the outside of you. So you'll know, picking up a gun, shooting somebody, you shooting yourself. You killing yourself because you understand that person is someone's son like you. Or that young lady, like I want to teach you how to love yourself so you don't go disrespecting and damaging young ladies. So that's the thing another thing with listening to hip hop and listening to music, like Snoop Dogg was my father because I didn't know how to read or write. So the most thing I did was just listen to music. And these soundtracks became my memory. These soundtracks became my thoughts. These soundtracks became how I interacted and dealt with people on top of all my pain and my trauma that I was going through. you know. So it's I don't know. I don't want to be rambling.
Yeah, I was just about to add on to what you were saying. When you don't have a figure in your life to tell you like what's wrong and what's right and to guide you, once you start listening to certain things, you start watching certain things, that becomes your teacher.
Yeah, that becomes your
what you listen
subconscious.
to.
Yeah. Go ahead. I won't cut you off.
I don't know, because it's like if I don't have a father figure, my mother's not really teaching me. I have nobody else around me to tell me anything. Now I'm looking at everybody in the streets, and I'm looking at the people who I have around me, and I look at what they're representing. Okay, so this guy is this guy seems to be running everything around here. I want to be like him. I want to match his image. Now you start looking at different videos, start listening to different music, and you start, okay, all right, I'm about to adapt this to myself, and that becomes who you identify as. That becomes who you are. And then it's not really you, but it's the persona that you made for yourself. Since nobody else was there for you, it's something that you had to pick up on and pull from. You become what's around you, really. And when there's no one else there to form your mind or give you some jewels, then you just become your environment.
Yeah, so it's very important, man. And the thing about hip hop, I had a media company called Undeniable TV or whatever the case. I had a media company. And the thing about when you was 4 years old and when I got custody of you and you always was running and wanting to see my work and wanting to see what I was working on. And I wasn't happy to show you my videos, and I wasn't happy to show you the music, and I wasn't happy to show you what I was working on. I didn't want that in your mind. I didn't want that around you. So, like I say, at that time when I got custody, I was working with 24 hours apiece and creating positive things in the community. I was working with Mayor Raz Baraka, but I did his first campaign video clip before he became mayor, and I was working with Muhammad the mortician. So Muhammad, you was a kid seeing dead bodies. Like now you're 14, but you was young seeing a 13-year-old in a casket. You was young, and I don't know if I would do that now because I think that's very traumatic to your mind. You don't even understand what you're seeing. But I was just trying to show you that this is what life could be, and I was teaching you decision making, and I was teaching you things right then and there. So. What I was saying, like with my work, I wasn't happy. Like, so how on one hand, I'm over here with the community and I'm talking about stopping violence. And then on the other hand, when I was creating my media and creating content, I was promoting violence and I was promoting death through the rap lyrics. So when a young man rap about death and rap about shooting someone, I got to capture this footage and reproduce this image, and I got to reproduce his lyrics that's marketed to, I was getting millions of views and thousands of views. So now when I put this video up, now we got thousands of views and affecting young, impressionable minds. So I didn't feel good about that. I didn't feel good about that, knowing that, I was creating the same poison that I was trying to hide you from and trying to keep away from you. But at the same time, I'm giving this to thousands of other people's children and putting this in their eyes. So this is why I pulled back from working on that brand and that company, and I put all my energy in the love I have for you, And like I say, I always want you to know, man, you are valuable, and that's why your voice matters. And the jewels and everything I gave you, this is why you help millions of other young men. And you need to always understand how precious your life is and how precious you are. And that is what needs to be duplicated, because so many of your peers and young men are killing and murdering each other because they don't know how valuable they are to one another and their families. When a young man dies, his mother's still alive, dying inside, and that pain never go away. I've seen it. I've seen it, So, it's deep. So if you got something else